Welcome to our China tour, one of the most educational and entertaining trips we've made, starting in Beijing and then journeying to 5 other cities. Beijing, the political heart of a country from 1420, where we gawked at the size and significance of Tiananmen Square and then took in the mysteries of the Forbidden City and the Great Wall. In Xi'an, we learnt more about the first emperor and the Terracotta Army. In Chengdu, we saw pandas and then mastered the art of the Sichuan hot pot. At Chongqing, we joined our cruise along the Yangtze to view the beauty of 3 gorges and to admire the famous dam. And finally, we visited Shanghai, the commercial centre of a country amazing by day and night, including a visit to its very own little Venice. In Xi'an, we went back centuries to learn much more about the origins of the current state and to appreciate the power and influence of the first emperor.
For the first dynasty, there were altogether 7 small kingdoms, and the Qing kingdom belonged to the others. In 221 BC, the first emperor unified the other 6 states, unified the whole country. But that year, he was 39 years old. So the Terracotta Army is called one of the 8 wonders of the world, because we just know one country's power depending on their military. Mm-hmm. The pottery figure, Terracotta Army, represents the military, Asian military. Mm-hmm. So they're very famous.
Just outside Beijing, we travelled to a quieter and less frequented part of the mighty wall. The Great Wall actually consists of a network of walls and fortifications begun as early as the 7th century BC, with a large part of it constructed during the Ming dynasty during the 14th to 17th centuries. Built of stones, earth, brick and wood, it has enjoyed mixed success as a military protection, but certainly serves as a psychological firebreak between civilizations. We were really lucky to get a good view, unencumbered by modern-day tourist invaders. A trip to a local dance and music show in Xi'an provoked our imaginations to conjure up a country that led the world with technical innovation and culture. The Forbidden City is an enormous complex of 980 buildings constructed over a 14-year period between 1406 and 1420. It was home and the political centre for emperors in the Ming and Qin dynasty up to the last emperor in 1912. It was named the Forbidden City since you could not enter or leave without the emperor's permission. In the words of the UNESCO, the Summer Palace is a masterpiece of Chinese landscape design, home to lakes, gardens and palaces, including a somewhat bizarre marble boat, actually made of wood and commissioned by the Empress Dowager Cixi during the latter stages of the Qin dynasty. In Shanghai, we visited the Yu Gardens, or Gardens of Happiness, established in 1559 by Pan Yunduan for his father, to comfort him in old age. The gardens stretch over 5 acres and provide a wonderful refuge from the bustle and heat of the surrounding Shanghai centre. Shanghai boasts its Venice of the East in Zhujiaozhou, today a town of 60,000 people situated on the outskirts of the big city and originally built some 1700 years ago. Here you will see 36 stone bridges, numerous gardens, a Buddhist temple and many stores going back to the Qin dynasty.
The post office was run by the emperor in the late Qing dynasty. Besides, please pay attention to this architecture. It is quite different with the architectures in the water town. So this architecture has mingled with the traditional Chinese style and the Western style. Over there you will find that there's a small house. So in the past time, the traditional Chinese doctor just sitting in a small room. So if people have some problem, usually he just go there, and the doctor would 给他号脉
check the pulse.
Checking the pulse, yeah, checking the pulse. Actually, they are the local small cucumber, but they look like worms. Some of my guests, they are very astonishment. Oh, what it is? It is a worm. I told them it is not worm, just vegetable. Taste it really hard. Just like a coin, each thing has its two sides. So in my opinion, yes, the Opium War, yes, the former British people just used gunpowder to open the gate of China. Yes, I agree, that's a history. But on the other hand, they brought another kind of civilization into China. Tomorrow you will visit the bomb. You may find many architectures on the bomb. On the bomb. Totally 26 architectures. They are the legacies during the colonial times. Among them, you may find many typical British legacy, maybe. So, actually, they are the foundation. In my opinion, they are the foundation of the China's modernization.
The Jinmao Tower in Shanghai stands at 420 meters tall with 88 floors and commanding views of the city.
And this is a hotel here?
Yeah, hotel, yeah.
For the intrepid, there's also an opportunity to take a walk in the sky. It only takes 45 seconds to get from top to bottom, but probably slightly quicker if you were to fall, of course. Shanghai by night is truly magnificent, showing off the very modern buildings of the financial centre, which have risen so quickly over the past 15 years. Travelling by train provides a real sense of the sheer size of the country that is home to 1.4 billion people. Bullet trains speed you at up to 350 kilometers per hour through an alternating landscape of fields and skyscrapers, a landscape that is testament to the truly amazing period of urbanization and economic growth over 30 years, which lays the credentials for China as a real superpower. Coming from an island nation with a capital city of only 9 million, it's really hard to come to terms with the enormity of the 6 cities we visited. These range from a comparatively small city of Yichang with only 4 million to Beijing at 22 million, Shanghai at 25 million, and amazingly Chongqing at 32 million. At Chongqing, we joined the Century Legend cruiser to journey 450 miles down the Yangtze to wonder at the scenery and visit the awe-inspiring, although controversial, Three Gorges Dam.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today is Monday, May 15th, 2017. According to the weather forecast, it's cloudy. The temperature 17 to 29 degrees Celsius, 63 to 84 Fahrenheit.
And inside, you can see the waterfall falling down to the river channel.
And so we moved to the dam, built over 15 years by 48,000 workers.
Direction. This side is the reservoir side, Chongqing direction. From the left to the right side, power stations, BOA power station, ship lift, and the ship locks. 700 megawatts for each. Total installed capacity 22,400 megawatts. Annual electricity output 100 billion kilowatt hour. If you don't want to remember all the specs and figures, just remember #1 hydropower station in the world. It's easier for you.
The Panda Reserve at Chengdu provides sanctuary for 160 pandas and is also a fantastic centre for the educational research about this exotic animal. Pandas are by nature rather introverted and solitary, with a great sense of their own territory. They spend their days eating and sleeping. with a little bit of panda play when they want to be more sociable. They also have their own kitchen and takeaway bamboo meal service. "12 pandas were born at the centre last year. There's apparently a myth that pandas are not really enjoying sex, but given that the females are only on heat for 72 hours per year, and they're very fussy about their partners, achieving 12 pandas is amazing." Understanding something about the ancient art of calligraphy provide an insight into the mysteries of Chinese culture.
First, you learn some simple Chinese character. You know, we totally have more than 10,000 Chinese characters.
纸笔方法。
First, you have to learn how to hold your pen. Yeah. The next one you learn, if you play mahjong, you can find this Chinese character in red color. It means middle. It has a central axis line, so easy to remember, not convenient as today. So Chinese people thought, oh, we have 14 neighbors around. It's a middle. So they named it Middle Kingdom. Even nowadays, Germany still called China middle country. Learn Chinese character from a primary school to middle school to high school, even university. We have the dictionary. More than 10,000 Chinese characters. If you learn more than 3,000 or 5,000, you can read a newspaper.
Looking through the many city parks also gave us an insight into how the local Chinese find some solitude, exercise and community spirit in what otherwise seems a very crowded space. And not to forget the local cuisine as we're taught how to enjoy the Sichuan hot pot fondue.
It's a treasure hunt. What are you going to find in there now?
It is impossible to get a full flavour of such a massive country in 2 weeks, but our trip organisers carefully choreographed us through various time periods to appreciate much more the power wrought by the ancient Middle Kingdom and to understand how modern day China has been so dramatically transformed. History is being made very fast here.